Okay, so the first thing that the lab says to do is to measure the height of your track above the table from the top of the track. That'll be right here by this black thing. This is called a photo gate. So then you're just going to measure the height above the table, but it has to be in meters. This says 40 centimeters, so that's 0.4 meters. If it were 50 centimeters, it'd be 0.5 meters. Then you're going to use that height and the mass of the car given to you on the paper to measure the potential energy at the top of the track. The next thing it asks you to do is do the same thing at the bottom of the track. So that's right here. This says 16 centimeters, so that's 0.16 meters. And you're going to do the exact same thing. Use the mass of the car and that height to find the potential energy at the bottom of the track. So now I have two different potential energies. I've got one at the top and one at the bottom. You're going to subtract those and find the difference to figure out how much potential energy it lost as it went down the track. That lost potential energy is going to be gained as another type of energy. You figure out what type of energy that is. So that takes you kind of through the first half of the lab. The second half, you're going to need to actually use this little thing, the timer. It needs to be set to 0. A and B should both be on. If they're not, you can push the A and B buttons. And then it needs to be on interval. If it's not on interval, you can push this little thing until it reads interval right here. So this is going to be your timer. It's going to tell you the time it takes to go through each photo gate. Then you just put the car at the top, right here, and you're going to let it run down the track, but you're going to have to catch it before it goes back up through the bottom photo gate, which means you let it go down and hit the rubber bands, but then you catch it, like so, like that, before it can go back up. Your timer will actually give you a reading. It'll tell you exactly what time it took to go through the last photo gate. So if I turn mine on, run it one more time, mine reads 0.6069. So that's going to be the time. All you need to do then, according to the paper, is do 0.01, divide by that number, and that'll give you the speed. Once you have the speed, you can use that to find the kinetic energy, using the kinetic energy equation and the mass of the car, to figure out what the actual kinetic energy of the car would be here, and compare that to what it should have been based on your loss in potential energy.